Yo guys, what is going on? It's Luki here and welcome back to another video. So in today's video I'm going to be focusing on the MG and why it is actually an insanely good weapon on Warzone. Now this gameplay is a nice little 13 kill gameplay on Warzone. We didn't actually win the game because unfortunately all my teammates died at the end, so I had to try and clutch up the 1v7 I think there was left, but I did end up dying. But this weapon is really good, so I'm going to go ahead and hop into the class up right now. If you guys do enjoy, make sure to drop a sub and a like, I would really appreciate it. Anyway, so the first attachment is going to be the monolithic suppressor. This obviously hides you off the minimap and it also increases the range. And next up, the FSS stubby. Now this is going to be up to you on this one. Personally at the moment I like to use the FSS stubby because it makes the mobility a bit higher, but if you look at this one right here called the FSS brute, look at the range. It is absolutely through the roof. Like, it is one of the highest ranges I've ever seen. It's just crazy. But it's completely up to you. You can put that one on if you want to, or you can put the stubby on for more mobility. Next up though, the canted hybrid sight. This is one of my favorite sights to use on this weapon and on any other weapon on Warzone. Now it's going to be up to you because I know every single person has their own different sight they like to use, but personally this one is my favorite. 100 round mags and then the range of foregrip for the other two attachments. So that is the class up right there if you guys want to go ahead and pause it and copy the attachments. So like I was saying before, once again, like that one's just, it's up to you on the second one. You can use the stubby for better mobility, or you can use the brute for absolutely ridiculous range. Now for the perks, I like to use cold-blooded tune up so I can revive myself faster and my teammates faster, and also cold-blooded allows me to stay off people's thermals. Now one thing people like to do, I know, is use overkill with a sniper. Now if you do want to do this, then I recommend you actually using the variable zoom scope. I've been using it lately and it is absolutely insane. I've got a few clips of me sniping near the end and it's pretty nice, so I do recommend you guys giving it a go. Now you can stick on whatever other attachments you guys want to, that isn't the main focus in today's video. But one thing I do recommend you guys doing is actually not doing this. Just don't use overkill. Overkill is such a waste. What I do personally is I use ghost and I use a random pistol or an RPG, and then I wait until I find an enemy, I kill them, and then I pick up their sniper instead. That is what I did in this gameplay, and I ended up getting a lot of kills with their sniper. So honestly, don't use overkill, it is such a waste. But yeah, that's the perks. The lethal and tactical are going to be the C4 and the heartbeat sensor. So this weapon is, like I said, the range on it is absolutely incredible, especially if you stick on the FSS brute attachment. It makes the range one of the highest range weapons you can actually have in Warzone. It can kill people at long ranges with absolute ease. It's got an insanely good fire rate, and it also has quite a high fire damage. So if you actually combine this weapon with something like a bipod, or if you mount this weapon, like, it's ridiculous. If you mount this weapon on something and then you want to kill someone from a far range, then you're going to be able to absolutely mount them. And I'm being completely serious, like, I was melting people with this weapon. Now in this gameplay in the background, I actually picked both of these weapons off the floor and I ended up getting 13 kills. So if you guys don't know, you can actually get variants now on weapons. So they've added new PKM variants on the floor, they've added the Odin on the floor, they've added the Dragunov variants, they've added more AUG variants, I believe, more M4A1 variants, a Kilo I remember getting, and they've also added this. I picked it up because I thought it would be good, and it absolutely was just shredding people. And if you get into a close range gunfight or a long range gunfight, this weapon's just not gonna have any problem at all. It doesn't matter how far range you are, it doesn't matter if you're right in their face, it can outgun basically any weapon. But the one important thing is you're going to have to hit your shots. This weapon does have a little bit of recoil on it, I won't lie, so getting those long range shots might be a bit difficult, but still the range on this weapon is absolutely insane. If you stick all the attachments I have on this weapon onto your weapon, then the accuracy should be really good as well. But oh my god, just give it a go. Trust me, just give this weapon a chance. Now, I've not actually seen any other person make a video on this weapon yet, which is quite surprising. At least not any of the big YouTubers. I haven't really seen any YouTubers mention this gun in Warzone yet, because it's probably one of the worst LMGs in the game, to be honest. I see a lot of people talking about the PKM and other LMGs, and to be honest, I never ever thought of using this weapon until I picked it up off the ground. I picked it up off the ground and I thought, oh, I'm just going to have to use this until I find a better weapon, but I actually chose to stick with it throughout the whole entire game. Now, the fire rate is actually really fast on this weapon, so you're going to be melting through your ammo pretty quickly. So one of the must-have attachments is going to be that 100 round mags. Now, unfortunately, to get those 100 round mags, you are going to have to level this weapon up a little bit. So when you are leveling it up, it might actually kind of suck, because you're going to have to use the 50 round mags. And one big problem with the 50 round mags is I found myself reloading a lot. And that's not good, especially with an LMG, because with an LMG you have to have a very slow reload time. So I was reloading a lot and it took forever to reload. So this is going to be one little disadvantage here. You'll see that that's kind of the reason I die, because I do get hit by another enemy and I didn't really have that much bullets left in my magazine, so I did end up dying, and unfortunately we did lose this game. Now, don't get me wrong, this weapon is still definitely very good, but that is going to be one of the biggest downsides to it. Whilst you are leveling it up, you're going to have to use the 50 round mags, and it's not going to be the best. So if you do have multiplayer, I recommend you guys, I really recommend you guys making sure you level this weapon up on multiplayer first, because leveling this weapon up on Warzone is going to be absolutely horrible. I'm not going to lie to you guys, it is not going to be fun leveling this thing up on Warzone. Now, I do actually have a video on my channel if you guys want to go ahead and watch it on the best way to level up your weapon. So if you guys are interested in that, it should be about, I don't know, maybe 5 videos ago. I'm not sure when this video will be posted, but if you guys look down my channel, there is a video basically explaining the best ways to level up your weapons as fast as possible, even if you do not have Modern Warfare the full game and you only have Battle Royale. So I definitely recommend you guys going ahead and checking that video out. As you can see though, this sniper, I picked this sniper up, and this is one of the things I recommend you guys really doing. Like, just give this a go. Trust me, it's really good. So I'm going to mention it again. So basically what I do is I don't use overkill. Overkill on this game is super overrated. Every single person at the moment is using a primary weapon, maybe it's an M4A1 or something, and then they stick on overkill, and as their secondary they have a sniper. Yes, a sniper is going to be super helpful in Warzone. It's going to help you guys pick off those few enemies at those long distances, and it is going to be quite clutch sometimes. But I don't recommend you guys putting one on your class, because if you're in like the top 50 or maybe in like the top 70 at least, there's always going to be enemies with snipers you can just kill and pick up their weapon. And that's exactly what I did in this gameplay, and that's exactly what I've been doing ever since this game came out. So what I do is I stick on a pistol, usually the .357, because it's super overpowered at the moment. I put on a snake shot of that weapon, and I put on a Kimbo, and at those close ranges that is super overpowered, so I do recommend you guys giving that a go, by the way. But what I do is I wait until I've killed someone, and then once I have killed the enemy, I will pick up their sniper instead, because 9 times out of 10, when you kill an enemy, especially in like the top 70, they're bound to have some kind of sniper on them. So I definitely recommend you guys just doing that instead, because it's going to be a lot more beneficial to you to have Ghost on instead of having overkill, because as you guys know, a lot of people on this game use heartbeat sensor, they use UAVs, and it's super annoying. It is pretty annoying, especially in solos. That is where it's worst, because a lot of people just camp in buildings with their heartbeat sensor, waiting for you to pop around the corner, and then as soon as they see you on their heartbeat sensor, they come chasing after you, and they know exactly where you are. So I really recommend you guys to not use overkill, and I can't stress it enough. I might even make a separate video on this, because I just want more people to know, like, overkill is just not good. There's no point in using it. Hopefully you guys understand what I mean. Now apparently there is kind of a way to use overkill and ghost, but this is by buying 2 supply drops. I mean 2 loadout drops, which that at the moment they've updated the price to 10,000 per loadout drop. So honestly, that method is just out the window now, because you're gonna have to save up 20,000 just to have overkill and ghost on, when really the only thing you have to do is kill an enemy and pick up their sniper. Just like there, for example, there's like 3 dead bodies there, and pretty much every single dead body has a sniper on. So yeah, just do that and you guys will find it a lot more beneficial. But anyway, that's been it for today's video. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.